Hey guys, and welcome! There's a lot going on around Battlefield 2042 today, and we did not only get the new weekly missions, but also the patch notes for update 3.1 that will be released tomorrow. So in this video I will give you an overview of all of this and everything else that you need to know to stay updated. The update will go live at 8 AM UTC as usual and has no downtime, so once you installed it you can jump right back into the game. But before I give you the most important changes, let's have a look at the first screenshot of the next mid-season event. It will take place over the course of 3 weeks this time, with each week introducing a new set of unlockable cosmetics and a new mode to play. The event will start at some point during the next weeks. But now let's have a closer look at the update. This will introduce the new version of Manifest, so I assume we will also get dedicated playlists tomorrow, and 3 new vault weapons. These will be the M16 assault rifle, the M24B LMG and the M93R sidearm. As usual, those weapons can be unlocked by completing assignments. Alongside all of this, there were improvements made to responsiveness around weapon deploy and undeploy animations, reload animations, aim down sights and sprint traversal, so it all should feel a bit more fluent and snappy now. Then there were some improvements made to maps, flag positions and boundaries of different sectors, but that's too much to read it all out here in this video, so when you want to read through all of this yourself, you can find a link to the notes in the description below. Then there were also several fixes made to weapons, but the most important might be that the MP412 Rex and the AKS-74U now have the intended fire rate. For vehicles and specialists it's the same. There were a lot of smaller bug fixes made that many players might have not even recognized, like animations being out of sync and so on. And there were also some more XP events added or increased, like arming an MCOM in Rorsch for example that grants 300 XP now instead of 150, and reviving a teammate that has requested it will now reward you with request fulfilled XP in addition to the actual revive XP. And at audio there were also some improvements made, but what's interesting here is that a voice line for airstrikes was added, and this fits to a leak that Temporal has made just a few days ago about a new feature called squad contracts. This would mean that when a squad earns a certain number of XP during a match, it can unlock a contract that gives them a mission, for example capturing a control point within an amount of time. If the squad can complete this contract, they will be rewarded with power weapons or the airstrikes. So pretty similar to the squad reinforcement system we had in Battlefield 5, combined with the weapon pickups of Battlefield 4. I'm not sure when or if this will come to the normal game, or if it will only be part of one of the new game modes added alongside the mid-season event, but let's see. What Temporal had also leaked was the return of the marksman bonus that was a part of almost every past Battlefield title and grants you additional XP for headshots on long range, and the longer the distance the more XP you receive, but this was not mentioned in the patch notes, so we might not see it added tomorrow. What he had also found was an XP event where we would get to see the actual damage numbers for damage dealt to enemies and vehicles instead of only the XP for this. So basically like it was in all former titles as well, where you could easily tell how much damage you have dealt already and how much you still need to deal for a kill. That was pretty helpful and would definitely be a great addition if it will return, but just like the marksman bonus, this was also not part of the current patch notes. So it's either a stealth change or it might be added with another update. But now let's take a closer look at the new weekly missions and everything else we got today. We have just entered week 3 of the current season, and the new missions are very focused on anti-vehicle combat and everything you can use to counter them. Not so much in the first section though, since this one is kept very simple again, but in the second and third I don't want to be a pilot or tank driver. However, in the first section you need to deploy or destroy one ranger drone, spawn on insertion beacons or have teammates spawned at your beacons 5 times, and spot 20 enemies with the OVP Recon drone or the EMG-X scanner. For the first mission with a ranger drone, you might want to get on an own server in Portal and just call it in to complete it. Cause since DICE has reduced the number of rangers that can be called in per team on some maps, it's a bit harder to do this. If it takes too long or you're not very patient in general, like I am, just go to Portal, then host, and then to custom experiences, scroll down to flashback Conquest and host it for yourself with a password. Here you will have access to ranger and can call it in. If you prefer to go hunting and want to destroy one of the drones, be sure to take the recoilless M5 with you, cause with this gadget one rocket is enough to destroy the robot dog. For the mission with the Insertion beacon, just place it somewhere on the map, preferably in a hidden spot, and let your squad mates spawn on it. What's not possible this time is to make it count when you spawn at your own beacon. The last time we had this mission, this also counted, but now it only counts when one of your squad mates spawns on it. Remember that when you spawn on your own beacon yourself, it gets destroyed and you have to place a new one. And then for the spottings with the Recon drone or the scanner, you either need to play as Casper and use his drone to spot enemies at objective areas, for example, or play as Pike and scan people directly with the scanner. Both shouldn't take much time to complete. Once you have unlocked the second section, you need to disrupt 12 enemies with concussion grenades or EMPs, do 15 kills with Rorsch Mark IV, and inflict 150 damage to vehicles with AP bullets or Underbarrel Launchers. For the enemies disrupted, just equip the EMP grenades and throw them out whenever there are enemies around. If you don't want to run around with the EMP grenades, just use Casper's drone and give vehicles an EMP blast. This works in the same way and you can not only disrupt the vehicle, but also all soldiers inside of it. For the kills with Rorsch Mark IV, I don't think you need much help, just set it to the fire mode you prefer by changing the capacitors and shoot at everything that moves. No matter if it is a vehicle or an enemy soldier, the weapon deals damage to all of it. And this can also be combined with the damage inflicted with AP bullets or Underbarrel Launchers, because the bullets of the Rorsch count as well. But if you don't like this weapon, you can also use the NTW-50 or any other weapon with armor-piercing bullets or Underbarrel Launchers. For the launchers, it also doesn't matter if you have HE, AP or incendiary explosives equipped, all of them deal damage to vehicles. If you prefer to use the AP bullets, just dump your magazines on tanks and airplanes and make sure you have an ammo crate equipped to resupply yourself and your mates, or play as Angel and call in a loadout crate. Then, in the third section, you need to hack or destroy 10 vehicles and do 3 multi-kills. And especially for this multi-kill task, another reminder that all of these normal missions are available for the whole season. So don't rush it and don't put yourself under pressure, these multi-kills happen automatically. Whether it is a lucky throw of a grenade, a full tank or heli that gets destroyed by you, or simply several enemies running into your gunfire. The mission will be completed at some point. If it isn't this week, then it's in another week. Eventually you'll get there. But if you want to focus on it, I can recommend vehicle hunting, especially with AT mines, because these will destroy a ground vehicle in one blow and they are usually not prepared for it. This works best on the new map Spearhead, as it has more defined path for vehicles and their movement is more predictable. What counts as a multi-kill is everything where you at least kill 3 enemies at once or shortly after one another. 2 does not count as a multi-kill. For the vehicles hacked or destroyed, I would highly recommend to simply hack them, cause that's a lot faster and easier than destroying them. So just get into a match with Rao, point the crosshair of his cyber warfare suit at a ground or air vehicle and hack it. Do this 10 times and the mission is completed. Pretty easy. And for the bonus mission, you need to earn ribbons again, and this time it's Intel and Logistics ribbons. Intel ribbons are earned by spotting and disrupting enemies like you already did in the former missions, and Logistics ribbons are granted for heals, resupplies and repairs. So everything that helps to keep your teammates, their weapons and their vehicles alive. In Conquest and Rorsch, there were 2 new playlists added today, and that's the respective Spearhead 24/7 playlist. On Breakthrough, there is no special playlist available this week, and Exodus Conquest was also removed once again. But like I said before, I assume that we will receive other playlists tomorrow that are focused on the new version of Manifest. In Portal, there were also 2 new modes added as usual, and for the next few days until Friday you can find Infantry Conquest and Rush of Ages over there. And on Friday it will switch to Conquest of Ages and Tactical Conquest. In the item store there was also a new bundle added, just like every week, and this time it's called Subsurface and comes with specialist sets for Boris and Casper, a weapon skin for the SFAR, a vehicle skin for the Euron and a player card tag. If you are a member of Prime Gaming, you can now also claim the last skin of the series, and that's the one for Boris. I don't know if there will be another year of Prime Gaming content for Battlefield 2042, but if so, I'll let you know next month. And that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like or a comment below and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more content like this. Until then, thanks for watching. I'm the Catwoman and you are awesome.